Hey, good morning. This is Relax and Paint this week, and I'm using my double loader. I made this so you can dampen this, and what it will do is it'll keep your paint with moisture in it so that you can use it over and over if you don't use it all up while we're doing our project. All right, I pull out some colors. I'm going to kind of tell you those colors as I use them. And I'm excited to share with you just another fun painting for Relax and Paint. And hopefully you'll watch as you get up this morning, and then during the day you'll think about coming back and painting it with me. And so here we go. I'm going to show you more about using the new mop brush. This mop brush, not like my others I've had before, I can take and put it in medium or just water to use it, which is not like I've used to doing. And so I just want to show you that. So I'm going to pick up some medium also and work it in really good to the brush. All right, this is floating medium. For anybody who's new, I want you to know that that's the fluff in the paint with no color, no pigment in it. So what happens is we will use this with one stroke painting is what I'm teaching you. We'll use this with one stroke painting with instead of water. All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to come across here and make an area that just puts some color in the background. All right. And I'm on art paper today. I got a little bit more water. And I don't use water normally, but there's just like two brushes that I sometimes will go to water for. Okay. Just so I don't confuse you saying I don't use water. We got thick, luscious paint. This is teal. So I'm picking up teal, and this with the small brush, see, I can move it around and kind of get an underneath watercolor effect and some patchy looks a little bit. Look, I can medium, teal, and I can add heavier. All right, just a little abstract background. All right, now I got to get this out of here. So I go back in my water. We got a water basin, very used. We got the double loader. And I've got a little special I'm going to share with you today that we have going. And this is onestroke.com as of my website. And if you put Y for YouTube, YT10 off for every $50 that you spend, you can get $10 off of it. All right, so whatever you get on there, and I'm just sharing you the tools. And there's a paint set that's awesome called A to Z of one stroke flower painting. It has 10 paints, floating medium, a set of brushes, and 50 worksheets that you can practice on, and a wood box. So you got to go to store it in. So you got to go check that out when you get a chance. All right, so let's get started with some of the stems that we're going to put on here. All right, so I am going to pick up some of this coffee latte with medium. So I dampen my brush first. This is coffee latte. I'm using a 12 flat. And then what I want to share with you is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to add a little bit of white to it because that's pretty heavy. All right. And it's kind of like vines that we have over here. And we're going to put them all in here like this. Okay. And then I just come with little slider leaves. All right. So slide, slide, slide. So I hope that you're having a good morning this morning and you're thinking about creating, or you didn't know that you were thinking about creating. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and it'll ring a bell if you click ring a bell, when I'm going to be on next with another little lesson, short or a tutorial. So the practice strokes, I give you some practice strokes if you want to learn my technique, that you could start from the beginning of them, where I'm teaching you how to use all the tools. And you can, they're really shorts, little shorts. Sometimes I get carried away. And they teach you all the methods to paint my technique. All right. So that's the first stem. Then we're going to come in here and we're just going to pick up, let's see, I can get some citrus and some teal. All right, with maybe a little Juneberry in it with some medium. Trying to get a bunch of filming done because we're in Florida. And so I'm filming early and we'll just post it on. And we have a hurricane coming, so I want to make sure. Okay, so I'm up on the chisel of this brush. So what I just used is some coffee latte, some teal, and I had grabbed a little touch of Juneberry, but I don't know if that really shows much, but you can add it back in here. All right, we'll take that off the art paper. All right, this, I usually use something heavier than this, but you can iron the back of this and frame it in a glass frame if you'd like. All right, and so let's go over here and pick up some more teal and a touch of this Prussian blue and teal. This is multi-surface paint. Oh, I got to show you that because this is wonderful. This goes on any kind of indoor outdoor surface because there's a sealer in it. Glass, metal, ceramic, wood, canvas, and paper. And so it's Folk Art multi-surface paint. It's my go-to paint. It has many, many, many colors, over a couple hundred colors. And you don't have to get a tube and mix it. It comes prepared just thick enough to make it wonderful to paint with our paintbrush. All right. And so what I want to do is let's put a little bit of a stem on there. There's another one here and another big flower here. Let's go right up here with some little delicate flowers here. So see, I added a little bit of this Juneberry color and with this teal color, and it's got some really light, airy strokes on here. See this? Little airy strokes, kind of like on the chisel, kind of like a fern effect. See, it gets a little faint here and there. Gonna come in here and see the Juneberry pops in there a teeny bit because I came in here like I told you and got some of the other colors. So down here, some of them will peek through. Some of your flowers will get on top of this, but I go ahead. I don't worry about exactly where they're going to be. I just keep coming in here and putting little guys. And then if they pop through and show, that's a good thing. All right. And a little bit in here. All right. So this is a little bit of blue. So I'm going to come up here and have a little bit more blue. See, it's just really rustic. It's not perfect. See, I'm tapping this. Tap, 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 tap. And it's got more of the blue. These I pulled more. There we go. All right. Okay. And then I'm going to come in here in between again, watch this, and sap green and citrus green. and I come here and I work it in, get some medium, work it in. I'm still with the 12, okay? And then right here, I'm going to do another pretty little flower. And it disappears. And that's just still the 12. We have brush sets when all the specials on. So you can get $10.59 is the value pack of brushes. So go check that out. All right, so I'm going to come here now with a little bit of a blue. All right, so I just thought this is just like a garden I wish I had in my backyard. I'm working on my garden, but in Florida it's pretty hot and there's lots of weeds. So my grandson, when he's out there helping me pick weeds, he goes, "Mima, show me." He goes, because he says, "This a weed?" I go, "Yes." He goes, "But it's so pretty. Is this a weed?" I said, "Yes." "But Mima, look at the little blossoms." I said, "But it's a weed." And then the weed becomes a tree. All right, so that's just Prussian blue with a little bit of medium. You see that? And now I'm using 8 flat. And so all these little flats come in that value pack of brushes. I hope you enjoy learning the process of learning one stroke with me. I have to tell you that I have lots of tutorials and then that are free, and then I have my membership. So you get 4 full-length lessons for $9.95 a month, plus you always have 20% off, a new code every month to get 20% off my website. So that is your advantage for joining One Stroke Advantage. So please check it out. There's different levels, and you can learn as you go if you want to get more levels into my program. So I want you to see, let's lift this up a little bit. I want you to see that that is a touch of white. I just got the corner of white, and then I picked up the Prussian blue. What's wonderful about Prussian blue, you can get rich, dark blue, and you can get it all the way to a light blue. So like tap, 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 and it looks like a little flower. All right, push, 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 push. Okay, we don't even need to put a center. I just want you to see that we got these little guys here, and having that little bit of white makes you have a fun little flower here. All right, so we bring that down. That's what's going to be on that stalk. We're going to put a big flower here. Let's see. So that is the blue, and I can use a small brush. Let's see, this is, I told you this is an 8, so I can come right in here and bring the trumpet of this flower, the base of the flower. Now, I'm going to pick up a teeny bit of dioxazine purple. All these wonderful, luscious colors are there for you. You get some white. Okay. Now, what I want to show you is we're going to do the back of this flower. Bring the dark down. And see, I'm coming around, up and back. So this is the purple and the back. And then what we're going to do here, see, I take some medium, get the purple and white. Now I'm going to pick up blue. So I still have some of that purple in there in case it shows through. So look, we're going to come right in here. And I do have to pick a teeny bit of that white up so it shows in front here. So we're going to come over here Let's get a little bit of white. Okay, isn't that kind of pretty? Now I can put deeper color in here, a little bit deeper. And then there's a couple of other different pods that are from that same flower. They're like blossoms that haven't opened. So let's pick up a little bit of white. All right. I like to come through with white across the front, and it makes it look like it hasn't opened it yet. All right. All right. And then if I have a little spot right here. So if I come in here with all that paint on there and I touch Juneberry and I have a tip here and I'm going to tap the chisel. That's the chisel. So I'm going to tap the chisel and then I'm going to get some purple and tap the chisel of that. A little bit of purple with white. Okay. More purple. All right. And then let's get some Prussian blue. And so it got darker as it came down. Do you see that? I'm going to let that dry and then I'll put the green on it when those dark colors don't take over. Okay. Are y'all with me? There we go. And I can go ahead and pick up citrus with that's too small, that 8 brush. And I can bring it along the bottom here. Work it in, work it in. And we're going wet on wet. And people go, I said, aren't you going to put the leaves? They go, I got to wait and let it dry, but you don't. Just remember, you don't. All right. You just pick up, because it's thick, nice paint. Hey, you liking this? I'd love to see what you guys create from what I'm sharing. Gilbert usually surprises me with really pretty images of what I shared, so that's nice. Okay, and now I'm going to get my 16 flat. This is a separate brush that you can purchase. Right. And I'm going to pick up a couple colors here. So first thing I'm going to do is double load. So I'm going to do 2/3 white and 1/3 Juneberry. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to work it in. Work it in, work it in, work it in. So we pick up more paint and we come back to work it in. It's very important to get it inside your bristles so that you can hold it together while you're doing your strokes. All right. And I'm going to pick up medium and make sure I've got a nice look here. Now I want the white. I could put a touch of yellow ochre, no, moon yellow, touch of moon yellow, and just go right here like this. Just get a little bit of a touch. All right, so what's going to happen is I'm going to come here and here to get the shape of the flower I want. Can you see that? So the first thing I want to do is with some white on the tip. I picked up a little bit more white. I hope you can see it because it is on paper here. I'm going to come up here and do the back petals. You saw me do those over there. Just some back ones. All right. So I can still come right here to where I was loading and flatten the brush and get more paint. So I'm going to turn this around and have this tinge of pink coming. It's Juneberry though. Let's pick up more white. Okay. And I can come on this side. Yeah, that pink just gets on the outside edge of it. All right, I keep coming in here. Now let's take this up here. All right, now I'm going to come back with some white. Yeah, let's see. I lost all my color there. So I'm going to kind of wipe it and pick up the white again. Okay, so that means I'm going to bring some of this magenta, Juneberry up here. There we go. And a little bit of white down here. So let's get a touch of yellow. All right, and then I'm going to come right up here. And then let's come right in here. And bring that at the bottom here. So we're going to bring another one here and then another one there. Okay. Now, what needs to happen on this one is I'm just going to pick up a teeny bit of this yellow and it's going to be stronger back here. I knew it was coming. I was going to mess up my painting. It didn't want to come. Okay. I put a little bit of yellow ochre because it's a little bit darker along the blossom here, the petal. All right. And then I'll put that bright yellow up here. That's moon yellow. And then I can put a touch of white. Inside of it so that you can see kind of it's the center. There you go. All right. Now, since I put that little bit of white and yellow, I can even come down here and streak a little bit of yellow here and there. All right. Okay. So I want to come back in here with sap on the same little 6 flat. All right, just sap. And then I go up. And I'm up on the chisel when I'm doing that. Isn't that kind of fun? All right, so I've got this color on my brush. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to, my sleeve keeps hitting this paper. I'm going to have to tape it down a little bit. Okay, so what's going to happen here is I'm going to do a multi-layered flower. So if I come right here, I'm going to go to the Juneberry and white. And what happens with this double loader is that most people, the most out of 100, 80% of the people had a problem loading. So I made this double loader after we tested this, and out of the 100 people, 20% still had a hard time. So that was a huge turnover. not a hard time, that was more difficult. They couldn't get the loading down as fast as they wanted. All right, so we're going to come right here and I'm going to go all the way around. I'm going to decide how big I want this painting to be. So we're going to come right in here. We freehand paint a lot with one stroke, but in the membership, you can get a higher level for $10 more a month. You get all 4 of the worksheets that you can print out and the patterns to trace on. So if you had a pattern, you'd know exactly where this petal would go. But I want you to see it's 4 fingers wide. Okay. So now I'm going to get a little bit more white again. And I work it in. So what's going to happen here is I can flip this brush even and have a couple of petals that turn up. All right, so watch what I'm doing. I'm going up, pressure, and roll. All right. All right, so there we are. Now I'm gonna take my quarter-inch scruffy. You fluff it out, okay? I got floating medium on my hand. You fluff it out, and then you're gonna take yellow ochre. And we're gonna pounce right in the middle here. This is a natural hair brush, so you don't rake this brush to clean it. You pounce it in the water. Okay, so now I've got the shape, but that's kind of dull looking, right? So now I'm going to put some moon yellow. Okay, right on top while it's still really wet. Okay, now I'm going to get some white, wicker white, on the other side. So see how pretty that turns out. Now, a couple of things is I'm gonna wet this now. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and wet this and clean it because I'm gonna use it again on one more flower. All right. You can take this floating medium, okay, and some Juneberry, strong Juneberry. I can even add some little bit of purple to it, dioxazine purple. And you can come right in here. Wow, look how fun that makes that look. You go around the yellow, and the floating medium helps you move around. And this isn't even totally dry, so it is better if you let this dry. I'm just afraid I'll forget to show you that. So I'm going to wipe off the wet white and come around here. Look how fun that is. Then that just really pop it. Now you can also do that up here. We can come in here around the dark green sap, and you can have some darker. Oh, that make that look rich. There we go, guys. I think that really added to it. Look how pretty those colors are turning out. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so I do have another blossom up here, so I need a 12 for it. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to pick up white and Juneberry, but a teeny bit of Juneberry again. Work that in. Work it, work it, work it till it makes that pink come in, the Juneberry come into the white some. All right, so up here, this is a little bit like a hydrangea, a little bit, but it's going to have these little blossoms. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some blues and purples in here and have some different layers of color. All right, so those are the Juneberry ones. Go here and here and here. So I'm only looking at the little petals on the outside. So now I can hit Prussian blue and go right back here because see how that blends the two colors together? All right, so I'm going to come right in here. Oops, I need to get that blue down in here more. There we go. There we go. See? All right, so some white and some blue. So I'm making the outside petals look good. So right in here, see how we're layering over it? All right. And I can just keep picking up white. Get a little bit more Juneberry again. Now see, that could be the back petals. And then we could come here with some front petals and layer that a little bit. All right, I'm going to get another Juneberry real quick and then we're done. See, because I lost all of them. And we'll put some of this back on top. There we go. So that just kind of pulls all that color in. And then we'll just come into the center of this with some blue. All right. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are. All right, we're going to wash that brush out. And we can get a little bit of the pink, a little bit of Juneberry and wicker white. And I'm just going to come right in here. And this kind of looks like a sweet pea. See, I do a back layer. And then a front layer. Do that just a little bit. And a little bit of a bud. There you go. And let's put, oh, I have to set this off. I want a yellow flower here. So I'm going to put the center. I'm going to pick up white. I'm going to go in here and get yellow ochre and moon yellow, and then a touch of white. So let's see. There we go. All right. So we're going to put a center. So let me show you to start with. We're going to have the center right here. Okay. Now I'm going to come from the center and I'm going to just do kind of loose wild petals. So I'm wiggling them a little bit. Monet has some where they're kind of like sunflowers and they're long and I've got carried away this morning, but I'm just into my painting. So I hope you guys like it. Think about putting this on a canvas. It would be really nice. And you get a lot of really nice looks with the canvas. All right, so I'm going to come in here with stronger. Okay, and I can even do a little bud up here. With some moon yellow, right? So a little bit yellow, yellow. See, I have a triangle of color. All right, and then we're going to come back and It's got coffee latte, right? Now I'm going to come in here and put some yellow ochre in the middle. And then we'll get the moon yellow and white. See that depth? It's kind of fun. So we're going to come here and grab that flower and pull it down. All right. So there you go. I sign it and I'm going to share it. And I'm going to look for my liner in here to sign it with. But I hope you guys enjoy. And I hope you find some part of this that you like. I'm looking for a color to sign with. I'm going to go ahead and sign with a little bit of the greens. Always safe to sign with greens when we're doing flowers. So I like to do all downward strokes when I'm doing my signature and have it kind of loose. And you guys, some of you had asked me, how do I create my signature? Well, so just do that. Try all downward strokes. And there we go. I hope you enjoy. See you Friday.